Hello everyone, it's Chris with Expat Theory. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Appreciate y'all being here. I just wanted to do a quick video talking about my 1-year test. Last September, I decided to do a test with Robinhood. On my investing, I do most of it over on Webull, and that's pretty much where I have all of my money invested for stocks, and in my actual bank is where I set up for my Roth IRA. But I wanted to kind of test Robinhood because that's a very popular platform. A lot of people use it. It also has some benefits to it that are fairly beneficial to the user because they're simple to use. And I just wanted to kind of test it out and see what it was like. Personally, after my 1 year of using it, I can say that I grew accustomed to Webull, so I kind of like Webull better as far as the way it's laid out, the way things work, the information that's there. To me, Webull is more thorough and offers a lot more technical information, things like that. So for myself, I will stay with Webull. However, I got to throw it in there. Robinhood's pretty good. For somebody who doesn't want to get all technical, doesn't want to get all that information, doesn't really care about all that information, just wants something simple and easy to use, Robinhood's pretty good. What I did is I kind of messed up in a way, to be honest with you. I dropped $500 into a Robinhood account, and in my haste to just set something up to check it out, I invested that $500 into not so good of stocks. And all the stocks were listed as having high dividend returns, and I was like, okay, we'll just, split it up and we'll put it in there and just forget about it and see what happens. Well, I check in on it every now and then, and I noticed I was losing money. And I started looking at it, and it was the stocks that I bought. The stocks that I bought were not great. They sound good and look good till you start really digging, and then you look at it and go, not so great. So I actually lost money, and I lost about $14 and went down to $4.86. And this was about 3 months in, and I decided, you know what? If I really want to give Robinhood a fair shot, I need to put this money into stocks that are pretty stable, things that are a little safer and a little better. So I sold off everything, took the 486 and invested it in 2 stocks that I know are good. And again, I went back to pretty much ignoring it. I would check it once in a while just to see where it's at, but I've not added any more money to it. I've not taken any money out of it. And I set it up so that any money that came back in off the dividends automatically got reinvested. So, like, say the stock paid me $5, that $5 automatically was turned right around and bought $5 more stock. So I just left it alone. And as of September 2024, 1 year later, not only did I recover the $14 that I lost, but I made an additional $73 on top of that. So I'm going to put it up over here to show you the screenshot here where it shows my totals. I'm at $573. All I did was pop that money into that account, tell it to reinvest it when anything came in, and just let it sit. So this test was two parts. One, I wanted to see the functionality, if I liked it, if it was easier, whatever. And the second part was, does it work? I mean, does it just, if you just let it sit there, does it do anything? And I have to say, when you take $500 and let it sit for a year and it grows, it wasn't even really 500 once I put it into the proper stocks. But if you just take it as a overall, went from 500 to 573 in a year, and I didn't do anything to it. That's a pretty good indicator for people who have doubts about investing in the stock market. That's a pretty significant increase, okay? I mean, we're talking 14, 15% at least there of a return on your money. You're not going to get that from a bank. You're not going to get that from a money account. You're lucky if you're going to get 3%. Most banks offer less than 1%. So savings accounts, things like that, they just don't pay you for your money to sit there. But they take that money and use it to make billions for themselves. So it only makes real sense and logic here. Take that 500 and put it into something and let it work for you, so it's making you more money. And if you think about it, if you would have been, say you start out with that 500, but then every paycheck you decided to drop 20 into it, take $20 off of your check, throw it in there, and just keep going. And even if you can't afford to do 20 a paycheck, say you put $50 a month in there. Well, at the end of a year, that's an additional $600. So if you put 500 plus the 600, you're ended up $1,100 plus what it's building for you. It does not take long for it to start really producing numbers that are significant. And this is a trick that the rich people already know. And that's why everybody that's got money, everybody that's considered wealthy, is invested in the stock market, And this just kind of goes to show for the common person that even with small numbers, because, who of us can afford to drop, $1 million into a stock market account? I know I can't. I can't even drop 10 grand. It took me years to build up the cash level that I had just to get started. So even if you're dealing with a smaller amount of money to start with, just putting a little in and adding to it over time makes a big difference. And a couple of things that I know that Robinhood allows you to do. It will allow you to set it up so that the money coming back in automatically gets reinvested. And I'm pretty sure you can link your card, like say if you use a debit card or credit card to do most of your purchases, if you link that card to your Robinhood account, you can do the rounding up thing. So all your change, if you round it up, it automatically rounds up to the next dollar and sends that change over to your Robinhood account. And that's money you'll never miss. That's money you'll never even think about. But yet it'll be putting into something that will build for you. So I really think that's a great idea. It's not going to hurt you as far as trying to make it from paycheck to paycheck. So that, I have to say the test for Robinhood was a success, and it's something I recommend that people will think about. If you want to get more in-depth into it, even if you just start with Robinhood and you decide you want to check out Webull and see if Webull's more to your liking as your knowledge gains in how to do investing, you might want to switch. But a great place to start is Robinhood. So, all right, guys, that's basically all I wanted to get in here to say. Oh, I did want to throw out a shout out here. I ran into a subscriber. First time that's ever happened. I was so shocked. I'm sitting at a customer waiting to get loaded, and another truck driver come up to me and says, "Hey, I follow you on YouTube." I had no idea how great of a feeling that was going to be. I have to say, that was really cool. Rob, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you're watching. He's a fellow driver here at GP, and I really appreciate that he's following me. And it just shocked me to death that somebody actually come up to me, and that's the first time it's happened. I've been making videos for, what, 5 years now? 158 videos or something like that I've got out there. First time anybody's come up to me and said, "Hey, I follow you on YouTube." That was a really cool feeling, and it kind of gives me a sense of validation here that somebody's actually listening. So that's a good thing. So anyway, guys, appreciate you. Hopefully this information is valuable to you in some way. If you know anybody's interested in this kind of content, please share it to them. Hit the like button if you like it, and follow along if you want. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.